Welcome back to ReZero Anime Review, episode number 60. Yeah, I was thinking to myself, 60, wow, which makes it is of course just behind Fairy Tail. Actually, no, it's Seven Deadly Sins, then Fairy Tail, and then this one here. I'm like, okay, interesting. Now, basically, we're on overall, it's the fifth episode of season 3 for the show. And the name of this episode, which is actually the 50th episode overall for the whole series, it is called Muddy Stream. Yeah, it's called Muddy Stream. It adapts from the rest of chapter 5 for book 7. Basically, the entire prologue for book 18, and the first little bit of chapter 1, and a little bit of chapter 2. Excuse me. Let's start with Emilia first. Emilia's stuff, basically, like, the opening does pick up kind of where we left off last episode, but a little bit further back, and they adapt. Now, here's the thing with the ending of last episode. What they did is they basically, as a preview, instead of like a teaser, more like a post-credit scene, which they kind of extended here in the opening scene here, where it opens up basically with Regulus asking Emilia if she's a virgin. And that's on the last part of the last page of this very book. Also, I will be talking about the Archbishop of Lust and how the fact they change or retire for the episode. We'll get to that. And then, by the way, Emilia is still butt naked, and she is asked, "Are you a virgin?" She responds with, "I don't know what that term is." And he's like, "Good, you must have a virgin soul." And of course, you see him as Regulus, which of course, here's the thing, I really wish the anime would have added this in, because this was really cool as a good continuity nod to the previous season show. Because technically, in a way, Emilia has seen him before arriving to the city. Because she saw him in her memories from the last season of the show. Which, in terms of the show, that was a year ago. I am actually quite surprised that I'm bringing it up here. So, and then we see her a couple more times. Well, then we get introduced to wife number 184, because she's supposed to be bride 79. Of course, he does not know her name. One thing I gotta mention, the way the light now presents it, is that wife 134, I think it is, 184. Her face looks almost exactly like Emilia's, like almost exactly like hers. No, I don't think they're related. It's just the same. It's a very similar shape to hers. That's how the light now presents it. In the anime, they made it a little different, but wasn't too bad. Of course, giving new clothes. She does witness some stuff that happens later in the episode. And of course, basically, so don't get emotional, because you can't express emotion because you're a doll. And that's kind of the whole thing with that. That's more explored, like, much more later on. Of course, the whole thing with this is, like, actually, now here's the thing. The whole thing of Emilia is one of the best parts of this arc, because her whole thing of this potential forced attempted marriage with Regulus is basically a B plot of this thing, because the witch's coast take of the city. So, meanwhile with Subaru, him, Julius, and Crouch, where they're confronting the Archbishop of Gluttony, which of course they mention in a flashback. Of course, Al is telling Subaru, "Do not tell Gluttony your real name." He, of course, fights Gluttony very briefly, and then Julius tells him to protect Crouch as the substitute knife for Valkyrie, which is a little bit delicate. It wasn't too bad. And, of course, he picks up Crouch, takes to a window, and look, there's a dragon. He, of course, shoves her aside, and like, oh, look, there's a young girl, and it turns out this is the Archbishop of Lust. Which, I should point out, though, this is her look from the light novel. Now, what did they change with her look? Did they change her boots? Nope. Footwear is the same. The only change they made was with her top and her bottom of her outfit. And as you can see, the way the scenes look like flowers, they changed like 2 round things And they made this top a little more covering than it is here. And they turned what essentially put what looks like a pair of underwear that she wears and changed the short shorts. Now, those of you curious, do they change the hair piece in her hair? No. Do they change her face? No. Yes, she holds the wings. Aside from that, there was very little change they made to her. My guess is they did this because, well, she's a very young girl, and my guess is anime audiences probably would not be accepting of a look that's a bit too revealing per se. Now, does it cover her belly? No, that is not covered up. Basically, it's more like the top is more covered because here it's barely covering her breast. That's how presented here on the light novel cover. In the anime, it is definitely covering her breast, and it has a little cleavage thing in the middle, which fine. And of course, you're Subaru by chopping off his leg. And also, before this, she proceeds to put her foot on crouch, to a point where she's also basically putting her foot on one of her breasts. And she thinks Subaru wants to sleep with her. Not with lust per se, with crouch. Subaru just sees her as a friend. And then she has this weird transformation thing where she's like ripping her own skin off. Even though that's just basically part of the thing. At one point, she disguised herself as Amelia with an outfit that's similar to the outfit she was wearing in the city, except without the green diamond, the green jewel she's wearing. Also, they made her breasts smaller with this form. I don't know why, but they did. And also, apparently, that the rest of the hostages in the room, and they've been turned into cockroaches. Giant cockroaches. Why the heck they turn into bugs? I don't know. It's basically what the Archbishop does. And then the dragon wakes up, blows a hole in the roof, and then we see Subaru where he is flying, holding onto the dragon with crouch. Then he falls off, and then he disappears for a lot of the episode with no leg. So we do see Wilhelm fighting what actually is his wife, his late wife, and we have Garfield and wife 184. Her actual name is Selfie. Yeah, they reveal that later on in the thing, but yeah, they credit her on that name. Let's see. Oh, it's Kruggan. Oh, that's the guy who's is this one? No, he does briefly in the episode. Let's see. Oh yeah, Ricardo Wilkin. Yeah, you see him and Garfield fighting the three-armed man. And then, for some weird reason, one of the water gates opens up and starts flooding the city. But while this is going on, we see briefly the city hall where the Archbishop Wrath has showed up, blowing a hole in the window. Anastasia identifies, oh, you're the Archbishop Wrath. And she's like, oh, you know who I am. I probably would think that Anastasia would tell her, yeah, Subaru told me who you are. And she introduces as Sirius as, Sirius Rome Conte. And Subaru at this point has not put two together the fact that he knows Portuguese, who in the first season show was voiced by Todd Heppercorn, who later reprised the role for Isekai Quartet for an episode. Yes, they brought back the character who was actually dead. Yes, he got killed run out by a freaking carriage. Yeah, Subaru basically forced him to basically be run out by a carriage wheel. That's how he finally killed him. While also, of course, battling the white whale. So, we also see where, I forgot to mention last, where basically Reinhardt is trying to negotiate with his dick of a father who's holding Felt hostage. Felt's somebody to help out, and of course, Otto shows up with a bunch of bugs. And of course, basically Reinhardt's father is basically knocked out with basically a glass of wine by Felt, and then she ties him up. Otto basically states that while Reinhardt deals with basically with the threat to the city. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? It was nice to see. Oh, by the way, we also see where Anastasia basically is told to leave, And of course, basically the guy who's a friend of hers, the one who tried to get the time in the first episode, he's here. What was his name again? It was Corda Moose. Yes. Also, two of the Pemberton siblings, not Mimi's younger siblings, to help out. And of course, the only reason why they were able to move because Felix decided to use a forbidden art. Yep, that's pretty much the reason for it. Yeah, that's why they were able to move and why Super's to move. I hope Super. They might be thinking that Super get play some leg. We'll find out and see. He doesn't die. Don't worry about that. He does not die. It is something though. He loses a leg and he's still alive. Does he do the whole thing of like return by death? No, they don't do that here. That's not here. As a matter of fact, it's actually that ability is not used for historic. Yeah, this arc has the least amount of times. I remember it was only once. It was a few times in one episode, but they're not going to do it again because he has lots of help this time. So, it is overall a really good episode, and we have only 11 episodes left to go. And yes, I do know the fact that ReZero Season 3, the first episode is finally released dubbed. I don't think anything else is released dubbed for this season yet. I know episode 1 is released dubbed. I think that Sean Coupling, he's the one who announced the fact that that the dub is come out for, which is quite nice. Yep. Okay, so yeah, they actually did a double feature today with I did hear about this. Because the fact the first episode was like 90 minutes, they decided to do a double drop on people who actually watch the dub for the show, where as of right now, the first 3 out of 5 episodes have been released dubbed. Oh, and in case you're curious, who's the voice of Capella in the dub? Brittany Luda. Okay. Alright, what about, Regulus, I believe they kept his voice actor from season 1. The preseason show. They don't have new credit for that one. Season 2. Let's see. Moose. He is voiced by Harry Mason. Now, Sirius Roman Conte. She is voiced by Jennifer Sun Bell. That's who voices her in the English dub for the show, which I'll probably watch that soon. As for Richard Glennie himself, he's voiced by Eric Scott Kramer, which they probably going to maintain for this season of the show. Gaston is in the episode. He's basically brought back. He's voiced by same guy. Probably. Let's see. I think that. Oh, his name is Hanko Astra. Oh, yeah, the massive dick he is. They have not announced whose dub actor is yet. Yeah. But, oh, in case you're curious, though, who voiced Priscilla in the dub? Which, of course, she is featured in one of the episode seasons so far. Fea Mita. That's who voices her in the English dub for the show. Mm-hmm. Yep. But, yeah, that's going to be pretty much it, particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do this link below. Stay tuned on Jay Heat's YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a review with him on the 2 most recent chapters released for Boruto. It was at 8 o'clock, but he had to postpone to 8:30 due to the fact he went grocery shopping. Okay, but do the next video, which probably going to be tomorrow for more Metal Heroes, and maybe if I get time, is where Turn goes Dungeon. If not, I'll probably have to save it for, if I don't get time Friday, it'll probably be Saturday at this point. Okay, next video, bye.